Hello, non-existent viewers. Welcome to part 10 of out of 31 for the Days of Horror Challenge. I'm right outside the AMC theater, and I'm about to hop in there and buy a ticket for The Exorcist Believer. I have not looked at any reviews for this movie yet. Like I saw a trailer. The trailer made it look really interesting, but like I haven't looked at any reviews, no, as of this time, like no critical receptions, no like Rotten Tomatoes or IMDb scores, haven't watched any movie reviews, no nothing. But I've seen the thumbnails of various like movie reviewing YouTubers I'm subscribed for, and I'm under the impression that this film is not doing well with the critics and is kind of panned at the moment. Because here's the thing, if you guys watch my like top 9 like movies I dislike that everyone loves, the original 1973 Exorcist was number 1 on that list. This might come as a shocker to those of you who haven't watched that video yet, but I don't like the first Exorcist. I can see why it was scary at the time by 1970s standards. I'll give the film credit where credit is due. I think the child actress was great in the movie, but other than that, like, it doesn't even get to the scary stuff till 45 minutes into the movie, and the rest of it was just honestly really boring. So yeah, that's my biggest like cinema hot take. I don't like The Exorcist, the original one, but regardless, I'm gonna walk into The Exorcist Believer with as open of a mind as possible, or as much as I can. So yeah, I'll see you guys after I see the movie.
3 hours later.
Oh my goodness, look at that Rotten Tomatoes score. God have mercy. Both on the film studios and people who watch this movie, like myself. The Exorcist Believer is an hour and 51 minutes long, and the film goes like back and forth between feeling way longer than it actually is and feeling way shorter than it actually is. Like the script, some scenes dragged out way too long. The pacing was way too slow for its own good. Then there's other scenes where the pacing just goes boom, 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 zooms by way too fast. And the movie just ends, again, without spoiling it. The ending makes no sense. And the film opens, okay, I don't want to, like, I'm not going to dwell on this or, like, think too much about this, but am I the only one who saw the trailer for this movie and assumed that the dad and the 2 little girls were, like, stepsisters? Am I going crazy? I assumed from the trailer that the dad in this movie and the 2 girls and the other girl, the white girl's mom, were like remarried, or maybe like one was divorced, or one was like a widow or something, and they got remarried and they got married. But no, the little girls in the movie, they're just friends when they get lost and get possessed together. Am I the only one who thought that the girls were stepsisters, not simply friends? Let me know in the comments down below. Maybe I'm just going crazy. This film was boring. It was way too reliant on jump scares, and I don't like have too much of a problem with jump scares in horror movies, as long as they're like, as long as the film is not like overrun with jump scares and they're not super loud, obnoxious. They were not the most obnoxious jump scares I've ever seen, but still, the film was way too reliant on jump scares, and there was no atmosphere, there's no tension, there's no intensity, there was no suspense. And like I said, the film just ends on a very just like, what the heck did I just watch note? And yeah, like there's just characters that just show up. I feel like there's a lot of scenes that could have been scrapped. Like there's a lot of moments, lines of dialogue that could have been scrapped. Like, hey, again, show, don't tell to aspiring writers. The film's like, there is potential with The Exorcist Believer. It does play with some neat concepts, but kind of just like squanders the delivery. Again, show, like some scenes, the scriptwriters clearly hadn't heard the phrase show, don't tell. That's important, guys. But yeah, there's nothing that I could say about The Exorcist Believer that probably hasn't been said a bunch of times already. Like, again, it has like a handful of like interesting moments, but overall this film was just a big old blah. I'm giving it a 1 out of 9 stars. It's a garbage film. Okay, so this is the only Exorcist sequel that I've seen. I've heard really good things for like the second film in the Exorcist franchise. So for those of you guys who have like seen all the Exorcist films, let me know in the comments down below. Do you agree with me my hot take that I'm not really a first fan of this film or even the original Exorcist? Like, are the sequels better than the first film, or are they worse than the first film in your opinion? Let me know in the comments down below. And subscribe to my channel, please. My name is TVB9, and you guys have a good night. Stay beastly.